Welcome back everyone to another Victoria 2 mod spotlight. And this time, we're going to be looking at Heirs to Aquitania, but you know that because you clicked on the video. Anyway, I might be playing this mod, so might as well actually check it out. Now this is the sort of second of the sort of big alternate history mods in Victoria 2. The first one, and you know, the much bigger one, of course, being Divergences of Darkness. And actually, when I did my Divergences of Darkness mod spotlight, which I'll probably get an update to, because there's like a different version of DoD that expands a bunch of flavor, so might as well get back to that at some point. But when I did my spotlight on Divergences, I wrongly assumed that it was basically Heirs to Aquitania, because what I said is, I think the sort of scenario is based on someone's mega campaign that got converted over from EU4 or EU3 to Victoria 2. This is that mod, actually. It wasn't Divergences, it's this one. This mod is this mod originates in a sort of mega campaign. Something happened, I don't know, and it shows. This looks very much like something that's out of a this looks very much like something that's out of a sort of EU save. Gives me more EU3 than EU4 vibes, but whatever. Mod's called Heirs to Aquitania, so I'm guessing that Aquitania is the one that's basically the protagonist of the mega campaign, but I don't know. So anyways, I've pretty much never loaded this up ever, so yeah. We've got quite the interesting Europe. Very weird Americas. Like, what the fuck is going on here? All of this is just like, what the fuck, to me, at the very least. Is that that's Spanish? We're gonna discover everything. This is a blind. Got a big Korea, as is usual in you know, EU games. We've got some Shogunate Japan that's most likely going to unite and westernize at some point. Is it actually uncivilized? Yeah, it's uncivilized. Well, actually, Imperial Japan is partially. Looks like Japan is Japan. Midag, Pingpu, and Gaoshan. Midag. What the? Well, he's Taiwan. Then we've got some Asia, some India, some Middle East. So let's jump straight in. Let's take a look at the Great Powers. This is a mod that does not change gameplay pretty much at all. It's just a map / scenario mod. So might as well look at the map / scenario. Wait, ooh, this is okay, this is something. It's not based on HFM or HPM, clearly, because it's got the old reforms. Interesting. Will receive. Oh, this is because it's a multiplayer version, so I've got some funny things. Oh, you can raid Yugoslavia. Nice. So I guess if you sphere everyone in here, you can do that. Build a Kiel Canal, Suez Canal, Melam Canal. Looks like we invented a new canal. What the fuck is a Melam Canal? The Melam Isthmus. Looks like it's Panama. Owns Smallby. Yeah, it's Panama. Right. Which is apparently called Mittenland. We're about to look at these things a little better. Anyway, unify with the Catalans, the Padans are Aquitanian. Yeah, we're going to take a look at like the sort of nation-specific things in a little bit. What I wanted to do was look at the Great Powers. So let's go to diplomacy. Who are supposed to be the big boys in this scenario? Looks like it's Bohemia's #1. That's mostly because of mostly because of prestige. Then we have England, or England, the Roman Empire, Hispania, Bavaria, Poland, the Russian Tsardom, and Aquitania. The titular Aquitania. So, yeah, basically, as you can see, Europe is sort of divided into a bunch of, like, medieval states or whatever, that just never really, like, consolidated all that much. Spain did a little bit, sort of England, sort of Poland, and Byzantium survived, and then we have, you know, whatever the fuck is supposed to be happening here in Russia. We've got the Russian Tsardom. That's a great power, but they've got 26 brigades, which is the same as Smolensk, and Smolensk is much bigger than them, question mark? We'll be tagging over there in a little bit. So actually, I think like the first thing we should be doing is checking out countries and seeing like what their possibilities are after a brief map review. So we've got sort of Aquitania that's sort of unified the southern France region. There is a France, which, yeah, it's got cores on everyone in sort of North France. So I guess they can unite, like, the core of France rather quickly, but they themselves only start off with Dijon, and yeah, they just start off in Bourgogne. Paris itself is not French. There's a Normandy. You know, it looks like France can eat most of this pretty quickly, but yeah, it's rough for them. Then we've got Brittany being independent, and Aquitania itself, Provence. We've got a big sort of Franco-Italian Dauphinat, which accepts both Aquitanian and Cisalpine. Oh, let's actually check out the cultures then, because it looks like there's some weird things going on with culture in this mod. I always get fucking confused with these nationality. So we've got French up here, we've got Aquitanian down here, so kind of a North French, South French, Wallonian, and Picard up here. Breton, Cornish, incredible. English, Scottish, Welsh, and Irish. Then we've got some Cisalpines up in northern Italy, and then we have Italians down to this. Okay. And then we've got Sicilians down here. Okay. Okay. Really interesting how they decided to just make the Cisalpines different from the Italians, which is like, okay. There's also a lot of Aquitanians in northwestern Italy. So I'm guessing Aquitaine was supposed to have owned this region at some point. Anyway, Dauphinat accepts both Aquitanian and Cisalpine. So if you want to play a country that can do this, and like annex all of this, that's them. Then we've got Catalonia separate from Spain, Navarra separate from Spain, Galicia separate from Spain, but then Spain. Do they have cores on everything? Well, Galicia. Not on Catalonia. So it looks like Catalonia is just supposed to be its own thing, and you don't accept them. No. How's the nationality there? Spanish, Galician, Basque, and Catalan, and Portuguese. Okay, then big old Morocco over here, Maghreb. Cyrenaica looks like it's their puppet. Big old Egypt, uncivilized. Morocco's primitive. Then big giant Armenia. Gigantic Armenia, in fact. Population Armenian. Do we have Turks in here? No, Anatolians. Armenians, Kurdish. Huh. Then I guess maybe someone played to... or played from Crusader Kings and just the Byzantines never fell. Like, the big Armenia is kind of weird. And, yeah, we've got Armenians... they don't accept Anatolians. That's the Byzantine. Yeah, the Byzantines are the Romans. The Romans have Romans, but they've got Greeks and Anatolians. Who are Romans? Are they just the people around here? Around Constantinople? Oh, no, it's just Okay, just for some reason, Roman and Greek are different, even though these Romans speak Greek. So, yeah. Yeah, that makes no sense that they're different cultures, but fine. Doesn't even look like Greece has cores on Greece, so yeah. Got Serbia with some cores down here. Got Serbia, got Croatia, got Montenegro. Ardale. Wallachia, Moldavia. What the fuck is this? Volation. Or Volasian. What the fuck is a Volasian? It's a Romanian. Okay. So they're like Siebenbürgen of like standard Victoria too, that accepts both Hungarians and Romanians. Okay. The small Romanian principalities are puppets of the Romans. Looks like the Romans are just like the Ottomans, but they've got less issues to deal with. They're smaller Ottomans. Yeah, they're just smaller Ottomans. Really, really epic. Can't wait to see if they can actually do some epic Phoenix Rises, like super LARP. You know, just take over Armenia, take over everything, destroy the world. And yeah, we've got a big Bohemia, Hungary, sort of. Yeah, we've got a Bohemo-Slovakian Hungary. And then a bit of a big Austria, looks like. But it's just a slightly big Austria. Really big Bavaria, really gigantic Bavaria. In fact, kind of looks like Bavaria is supposed to be like the main potential German unifier. Netherlands, really? You don't have cores on all the Netherlands. Very sad. Brabant, Wallonia, and then you've got Brandenburg, which is the sort of second biggest German power. Obviously supposed to be, you know, the pre-Prussia of the situation. And Brunswick also decently big. Not the biggest, but decently big. And then a bunch of German minors, you know, left over from EU4. You know, your Westfalens. Westfalen? Aren't you supposed to have, like, cores on every... Okay. Hanover's, you know, Bremen's, Holstein, Denmark. Okay, it looks like Denmark. Looks like Denmark owns a bunch of North Germany. Your Mecklenburgs, your Pomeranias, Thuringia, Saxony. You know, all the German minors. You know how they are. They've got Poland, which is pretty big. Yeah, the weird Smolensk and Russia shit. You've also got Vitebsk, which is a puppet of the Russians. And then we've got a giant Finland for some reason. Looks like all this region is mostly Finnish culture too. Yeah, Finland, Ugrian. I mean, how many pops does Russia have? 3 million. Are all those Russians? Yeah, it looks like most of them are Russian. And then we've got a bunch of land that they can colonize. Okay, so like... Wait, really? Russia needs to colonize all of this? Okay, interesting. Looks like we've got some Siberian frontier nonsense. So you've got 7.33 million and you've got 3.21 million. So it looks like actually Smolensk has many more pops, but most likely a lot of those are Ukrainians rather than Great Russians. So looks like their pops are sort of worth slightly less. Oh god, this is such a mess in Europe. Anyway, let's actually take a look at sort of the Middle East. We've got Persia that accepts Persian and Hazara. All right, so got a big Persian, but then we've got a bunch of Mashriki, a bunch of Kurds all over the place, Azerbaijanis, Mashrikis, Bedouins. Where actually are Hazaras? Where even are Hazaras? They're like all over the place, are they? Assyrians, Mashriki, Kurdish, Persian, Pashtun, Tajik. Yeah, I don't know where this culture is, but yeah, Persia's really gigantic, but it kind of looks like a lot of their pops are not accepted. So if Egypt comes in with Mashriki accepted, they can probably just take over everything, or Arabia that accepts both Bedouin and Mashriki. Do they have cores on... All right, Arabia's formed, but they don't have cores on Iraq and Syria. There's a Mesopotamia and there's a Syria, but okay. Then in India, we've got the, you know, the Sikh Empire, small Afghanistan, Sindh, Ireland, right, Ireland. Right, I forgot. There's England with only one core on Scotland, but they can like take everything over. Wales or Cymru or Cymru or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be called. I think the the Norman conquest is never supposed to have happened, so which is why it's called England. These motherfuckers are Saxons, and the culture is English and not English. So yeah, they're very Germanic. No French allowed. It's a very anti-French scenario, looks like. Yeah, they've even got like fucking despicable fucking Saxon names like Lundenester, Canterbury, Briselden, Colchester, Edmundsburg. Like, okay, sure. Brisksow. It's like, all right there. Wincaster. I'm not sure why I became half Scottish there. Marsbor. Wick. Wick? What the fuck? How am I supposed to pronounce this? Monkstra. Oh god, what is happening? Okay, so these British people are really despicable. And Ireland, which for some reason owns Glasgow. And Albagrath. You know, Scotland forever. Yeah, Norway, Sweden, blah, blah, blah. Italy is weirdly divided. Like, they've got Venice, Lombardia, and Genoa. Genoa is an absolute monarchy. What the fuck? Modena, Tuscany, which starts at war with Naples, which can annex them, and Naples is much bigger, so they're getting annexed. Papal States. So Naples can basically unite like central southern Italy pretty easily. We've got Corsica, which can probably die really quickly, to Naples as well. And there's an event that happens very early on where Lombardia basically annexes all these other Italian minors, and it becomes the Padan Union. And it cannot become Italy. Can Naples even become Italy? We'll check that out in a little bit. Now, India's kind of divided between the Suryavamsi Empire and a bunch of other minor countries. Spain owns Bengal. And, yeah, Ireland owns Gujarat. I know Scotland has some, like, Indonesian colonies and shit. Yeah, they own, like, most of Borneo, Batavia, and parts of Palembang. And, yeah, so they're very well positioned to sort of colonize the rest of this area if England doesn't come in and eat them. Sorry, I had to cough. And looks like China is the Qin Empire. They're an uncivilized nation. Then we've got a Giganto Nanyue, which is Hakka, Zhuang, and Yue. And also Vietnamese accepted. Oh, damn, that's actually pretty strong. But looks like South Vietnam is Champa and not Vietnam. Okay. Now, you've got Beifangren and Namfangren. Oh, okay, so you only accept Beifangren. Alright, so it looks like you're not supposed to take this shit over. Yeah, okay. Well, if I'm playing China, I'm taking these over. Because that shit's China. And then we got Manchuria over here with the Qing flag. Korea, also uncivilized nation. Looks is this like a lot of population? No, not really. It's not that big of a Not that big of a help for poor old Korea, which will probably get annexed over by Japan anyway. Okay, so the Dutch have the Philippines. Interesting. And once we take a look at these sort of colonial nations, we can see that weird shit is happening. So, of course, the Dutch have the Cape, and Norway owns part of the Congo. Portugal owns part of the Congo. Also, so far, so good, right? You'd expect all of this. Then we get to the weird shit, which is the sort of the colonial nations over here. We've got New Holland over here in Canada. So they're obviously descendants of Dutch people. We've got Dabimon in, like, central Canada. They are very tiny and looks like they're French. Parti conservateur. So it looks like, yeah, tête du lac. Looks like you guys are French. Quebec has been moved west slightly, basically. The Iroquois are alive, but they're a satellite along with the Cherokee of the Shawnee Confederation, which is an uncivilized nation over here, which owns basically all of this. But, you know, we've got a Vestland over here with 1.27 million pops, which looks like it's supposed to basically go in and eat these guys, along with Margaria. Now, Vestland and Margaria look like they're motherfucking supposed to be like some kind of Danish or Scandinavian colonies. And then looks like Aquitania owns Florida. Okay. England's got some islands. Aquitania's got some islands. Netherlands has got some islands. Fergene. Redbird's Meg. Presidential dictatorship. Afro-Antillean and Afro-Caribbeño. Caribeno. Right, so it kind of sounds like you're supposed to be Danish, especially because you've got weird-ass names there, buddy. Or, wait, is that actually, like, Scottish or something? Kinningsit. Sankt Dunstan. Or are you Irish or something? I don't know. It looks like you're supposed to be something Nordic thing, but then basically the slaves revolted, right? And you became just Haiti. Haiti, but some kind of North Sea language. Ginniker. Another supposed to be Danish or Swedish or Norwayish or Scottish or Irish country in North Mexico. Mexica. Partito Popolo Mexic. Looks like you're supposed to be Portuguese in Mexico right there, buddy. Aztlan. Okay, so apparently there's Aztlan cores. And Aztlan has a very interesting gamer flag down there. Yucatla. Partito de la Independencia. Wait. Are you like Bretons? Partit de lo Popolo Mexic. Or are you Aquitanian? Because you're definitely some kind of Latin language. But you're a weird Latin language. Maybe you're Catalan? Partit. Whatever. Some Norwegian fucking Central America. And some other Norwegian Nationalsuveränitetspartiet. Nationalsuveränitetspartiet. Yeah, you're like Swedish or something. Swedish Central America. And then another fucking Swedish Colombia. Another fucking Celtic weird nation thing. Wilskr. Another weird Celtic Brazil. Altalia, which is Burgundian Rio Grande. Okay. Isun, which is Uruguay. Argentina, which is Argentina. Lonca, which is Chile. And Inca, which is uncivilized. So they're gonna get killed. Califiana, Partido Nacional. Not sure what you're supposed to be. And Skamish, which is, yeah, some weird Alaska thing. And then you've got Nafarakoberia. Yeah, fucking, there you go. Just fucking fuck you. You thought all these other things were weird? No, this motherfucker is Basque, New Zealand. And then we've got Terra Larga, which is Portuguese Australia. Direita Galeogista. Incredible. So if you don't want to shoot yourself already, I'm not sure what's wrong with you. But let's actually check out the hierarchy of these North American nations. So you're 700,000, you're 150,000, you're 1.2 million, 400,000, 150,000, 100,000, 50,000, 1.5 million, 300,000. Actually, is this culture like... Oh, you accept all of them. Like Mexican, Nahua, Zapotec, and Tarascan. Do you accept... Is there an Aztec culture, and do you accept it? Nahua, okay, yeah. 300K, 200K, 300K, 500K, 300K, 1.5 million, 800,000 you're indigenous, 500,000, 200,000. So it looks like there's like 3 tiers. We've got Wilsker, Mexica, and Westland with 1.5 million. Then we've got basically a bunch of countries with 200,000 to 500,000. And then we've got a couple that are just like really, really scuffed, like Midland and Skamish, which are... and Dabimon, which are probably not really viable. Although it kind of sounds like they're supposed to be getting a lot of immigrants. How much did... Oh, the Roman Empire has 5 million pops there, buddy. Amazing. Fantastic. Does Bohemia... No, Bohemia does not accept the Hungarians. But it does accept both the Czechs and the Slovaks. So they're very powerful. Poland accepts Polish and not Ukrainian or Lithuanian, which is... Okay, Lithuania is actually independent. I was kind of expecting them by default to be like Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. All right, so that's the sort of rough outline of things. Let's check out the ledger, just to see sort of who's in a better spot and who's in a shitty spot. Actually, let's check them out by total population because, yeah. So, Qin Empire, Nanyue, Suremasi, Smolensk is gigantic in terms of population, but they've got a really tiny literacy. So they're pretty much like the Russian Empire. The Russian Empire is also the Russian Empire, but kind of smaller down here. Hispania is also pretty big, but they've also got a very shitty literacy. Roman Empire, same boat, tons of people, not many of those can read, but slightly better off, slightly better. So even Japan has more people that can read. It looks like the Roman Empire is in a decent spot to sort of grow and become very powerful. England has 50%, only 50% literacy. Damn, they're really like not strong at all. Same with Aquitania, only 50% literacy. Same with Ireland. Same with Bohemia, 45%. Persia's down to 15. So yeah, Netherlands 56. So it looks like the potentially most powerful countries are going to be the Roman Empire and depending on who, like Smolensk maybe. Smolensk is strong. Then, you've got a few countries, that are uncivilized and civilized. Of course, England can be pretty powerful, and they can form a country that sort of unites, I believe at the very least, sort of Great Britain, which is called Albania. We'll take a look at the potential formables in a bit. Yeah, Netherlands potentially is strong. And, of course, the Germans, but the Germans are the Germans. We know that the Germans are strong. That's Victoria, too. If you can unite, you're going to be very, very strong. And perhaps the Scandinavians also decently strong. Anyway, it's time to check out the sort of prospects and potentials of countries. Now, I'm gonna do the great powers, and then if any other countries look funny to me, I'm gonna check those out. Anyway, so Aquitania can unify with the Catalans, which requires nationalism and imperialism, so sort of mid-game. Catalonia needs to be sphered or a subject or owned, and prestige needs to be 100, and that's going to inherit Catalonia, and Catalan added as accepted culture. Okay. The Padanians are Aquitanian. The Cisalpine people of Padania speak a language none too far removed from our own. Huh. Looks like Gloria a la Patria. Yeah, it looks like Aquitania's like... Aquitania's basically just what if sort of no French centralization happened and Languedoc sort of became a midway between French and Italian in culture or something. And okay, you get Cisalpine as accepted culture if you own Turin or Zena, which is Genoa, Milan, or Florence. Okay. Mare Occidentis Nostrum. Incredible. You need to own and or puppet Barcelona, Mauguio. What the fuck is Mauguio? Milan, Rome, and Naples. Sphering alone is not enough. Own and or puppet. If you want to inherit the countries listed, you must puppet and sphere them. Alright, so Okay. So wait, are you just inheriting all these people? So Catalonia, Corsica, Italy, Naples, Papal States, Sicily, Provenza. Oh, maybe Moguio is Marseille. No. Mauguio. Oh, it's the capital of Aquitania. It's like ancient Arles, right? I believe that's what it's called in like modern French. Arles, like Arles. Well, it's like the fucking ancient capital of Roman Aquitania. Okay. Anyway, right. Malta and Tuscany. So basically you can just like annex this. All right. Aquitania's pretty fucking strong. We'll get the Sirocco event, and that's going to inherit them. All right, starting off strong. That's actually pretty powerful. Okay, so who's next? So that's Aquitania. Oh, we need to look at Russia, right? So Russia and Smolensk. Oh God. Oh boy. Okay, so at least this is the Russian Empire over here. Give me vision. There we go. Birth of a Nation. Thank you. No, I don't want to actually play. So you start off with shit literacy, and heirs to Aquitania, Russia info. War with Smolensk will come later. You can't fight them right away. Focus on building up your military and getting through the decision chains, sow discontent in their territory, and get allies. Go as far east as possible with colonization. Only after you've taken the decision to incite Ukrainians will the CB to fight Russian hegemony war become available for both countries, or if it's after 1850. Railroaded Smolensk can't use it though because the AI is dumb. Okay. As long as you win one war with that CB, you will cause an event which gives them tons of militancy. Alright. If Russian unification rebels don't pop up eventually and overthrow them, you can just find another war to annex them with the Russian unification CB. You'll eventually get an event to annex Vitebsk After you get nationalism and imperialism, you can consider sphering the 4 Central Asian countries, and then wait for an event to fire which will annex them, or you could just go to war. Okay? There's a decision which will allow you to sphere Kazakh after 1854, so you don't have to sphere them with any urgency. Oh boy. Okay, so it looks like you're supposed to play Russia and not Smolensk. All right. And eventually it looks like you get to fuck them over. You get the Peasant Reform, which is lose 4 infamy. All right. Gain some research points. Oh, okay. Gain Petropavlovsk, Ugolnoye. And shit. Wait, what? Ah, okay. So it's just the... Oh, yeah, right. Petropavlovsk and shit. Yeah, okay. So, like, if you reach the Pacific, you just claim the Far East. Okay. Very interesting. Where are these decisions? So, like, window to the west, Lithuania. So it looks like you eat Lithuania somehow. Yeah, it looks like Russia is gonna be like potentially really, really strong, but starts off in a really weird spot. It doesn't look like you get actually the decisions to... Maybe they pop up at some point. And after... Oh, I can't just declare... Oh, because he's got some cores. Okay. He's got some cores of mine. Oh, I just have cores on everything. All right. Now, what about Smolensk? I sure would love to tag over to him, but I don't know his tag, which is a bit of a problem. So I'm actually gonna resign and yeah, I don't know. This scenario as a whole is like so far it's not my favorite. Like there's a lot of things about it that I just find very puzzling, but I don't know. Looks like it's got the potential to be somewhat fun. Okay, Heirs to Aquitania, Smolensk info. Important, if you play Railroaded, get ready for a very unfair and probably confusing run. Now that that's out of the way, you start in a very strong position to overwhelm Russia. Indeed, it should be easy, but you'll have to be patient. You'll be able to use the special casus belli later after certain conditions are met. Namely, the Russians have taken a decision to incite your Ukrainian pops, or if it's after 1850. Okay. Russia may fall to rebels, or you may have to make them fall to you after the truce. You'll be able to reform Russia as a more secularized Western-looking empire after the annexation. After you beat Russia and get nationalism and imperialism, you can consider sphering the 4 Central Asian countries. Oh, okay. So basically, both of these looks like claim Wallachia. Oh, really? So you get Lithuania, but you can also claim united and free Wallachia. So that's going to create Romania. So it looks like basically it's just both of the Russias are potential Russian unifiers. Okay. And just yeah, okay. All right, interesting. Very interesting setup over here for Russia. Sounds kind of cringe, but whatever. Then next up we've got Poland. Oh boy. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so it looks like Poland's got some issues at the beginning. Same. Which reduces your RGOs. Agrarian economy. Fewer diplomats. Yeah, it looks like you've got some... You're basically just skill issued at the start. Poland maintained the status quo. Less reform desire. Hey, this is actually, like, more realistic in terms of Poland than Divergences of Darkness, at the very least. Where Poland was just, like, somehow super epic. Anyway, urbanization and entrepreneurship, so agrarian economy. Everything about this decision will still be changed. This is just a work in progress. Oh, okay. Interesting. So, there's still work to be done in Poland with regard to the same, coming up to 0.37. You may see that you have a bunch of negative modifiers. These are intended to represent the feudal and same systems, and they're not easily removed at the moment. Just cheat and give yourself 1,000 prestige if you don't want to deal with them, so that way you can remove them. Oh, really? But I can just remove them right now, so fuck you. Don't sphere Smolensk because you'll mess up the story that's going on, and then you'll get a chance to get some land from them via the Treaty of Brest event. Alright. Secure Silesia from foreign encroachment. Silesia becomes a puppet of Poland. Okay. Wait, you don't get to annex them? Oh no! How can I have Poland without my Wrocław? It's got Polish fucking things. What? But why would you? Just annex these guys. What the fuck? It's in a Bohemian sphere at the start. Okay. Create the Baltic states, the Treaty of Brest. So, state and government. Polish territorial claims. Okay. So, yeah, you probably get this shit off of them. And then forms Acadia, which is prestige at least 125, and invented nationalism and imperialism. Silesia for all provinces. Oh, owned or... Okay, that's where you get Silesia is... If, So, owned by Poland or province owners in the Poland sphere of influence. Does that include puppeting? Anyway, own their sphere of influence. Slovakia owned their sphere of influence. And Prague or Bohemia owned Orange sphere of influence. So basically, if you like can dismantle Bohemia and take them over, and have Silesia, you form this country called Zachadia, which is Poles, Czechs, Silesians, Slovaks, and Sorbs all speak closely. It's Zapadoslavia. Western Slavs must control Silesian and Polish cores. Slovakia can be owned by them, or Hungary can be puppeted. If you don't want to puppet the countries owning Slovak cores, just fear them and get revolution. And the fuck? Prague or Bohemia must be feared and puppeted with 100 relations. I do love the notes with, like, you know, guides on how to form shit, and me not having to rely on this weird ass shit. Right. Hope you didn't hear that. So that's Poland. Now, what about Bavaria? I'm gonna use them as proxy for like all of Germany because can't be arsed. Oh, Bavaria. Give me vision, or give me death. I love Bavaria. You're like potentially really powerful. You start off with 1.24 million pops. You get the South German Confederation. I'm guessing you're gonna need to have sphered everyone here. Let's check out the Germany info. The big three in Germany are, of course, the big Bs, Bavaria, Brandenburg, and Brunswick, who at the beginning of the game is big on soft power. Once it's time to claim German hegemony, which can only be done but with those three, you'll take the decision and the others should immediately follow. Okay. Then there will be a major event which will announce the beginning of the wars. So you got some sphere wars. Only after that are CBs available. Note, if you form the North German Federation or South German Federation, you'll lose access to the CBs. I'll rework Germany formations later down the line. Okay. So, yeah, basically, Valhalla, Jesus fucking Christ, romanticism and shit. Yeah, you need to be doing art shit. Fuck me. Anyway, so you're gonna do the South German Confederation, and then call for German unity. That gives you the CB. And protect the Romansh people. Romansh has it added as accepted culture. Really now, what the fuck? Yeah, like Switzerland's got some Romansh. And you own part of Switzerland, so Romansh over here. Huh. Helvetia over here accepts South German. Interesting. Interesting. And then you can do the free hurrahs for Germany. So, yeah, the German Empire. What are the German Empire cores looking like? Oh, it's Grossdeutschland, or whatever the fuck. It's got Lorraine, of course. All right, it's just kind of a disgusting looking German borders, but okay, okay. Looks like no East Prussia. There's some North German over here. Prusai. What the fuck are Prusai? The fuck are Prusai? You don't accept them. Interesting. Okay, that's Germany. Hispania. Can they even do anything? SPA, I'm guessing. Really? His. Okay. They changed the tag. All right. Hello, Spain. How are you doing? You're Spain. I'm guessing you're gonna have some pretty obvious shit. The Moray Law. Puerto Rico stuff. If you're liberal. Right. So, embrace Catalans. All right. Union of Navarra. Expand Haleska. Oh, that's Alaska. Right. So you just take... Oh, and they can also take the Mare Occidentis Nostrum. Right. So you can take over all this shit as well. Okay, I'm starting to see... Wait, can everyone in this region just kind of like go... Rome LARP. You know? I don't know. I love the Rome LARP, though. I really love the Rome LARP. Is it the same? I mean, Catalonia, Aquitania... Corsica, Italy, Naples, Papal States, Sicily, Provenza, Malta, Tuscany. Yeah. Kind of interesting how you don't annex Spain as Aquitania, but you annex Aquitania as Spain. What's that? What's the Aquitania tag? AQT? There we go. Mare Occidentis Nostrum. Catalonia, Corsica. Yeah, you don't annex Hispania over here. So Hispania can do that and also have the Hispanians. So it looks like the biggest Rome LARP potential is Hispania. Oh boy. Damn, Hispania can do some epic Rome LARP. This is great. El Cuerpo Nacional de Carabineros. All right, interesting. So Spain can potentially be like really fucking strong by just taking everything over. Okay, just right. Biggest Romus LARPus. Oh, speaking of Rome LARP, we got the OG Rome LARP to look at. Tag Rome. What do you mean Rome does not exist? Biz? Disgusting. Tag is Biz. Biz! You start off with quite a few soldiers, which is pretty nice. 4.6%. Oh, okay, so you can just have 120 brigades rather to start if you focus up to 5% soldiers. Renovate Constantinople. Okay. City of the World's Desire. Bukulon Palace. Okay. Reclaim Kherson. So, Crimea over here. That's Wait, is there an Heirs to Aquitania? No, there's no Heirs to Aquitania thing. Expand to Cilicia. Owns Iconion and owns Caesarea. Yeah, Caesarea is over here. Iconion is here. So it looks like some war with Armenia will happen at some point, because this event seems to assume that happens. Let us reclaim it and cut them off from the Mediterranean. So that's Cilicia. The Roman Empire will gain all S core. Do you actually have core? Oh, you start off cores. Okay. Okay, so you just declare on Armenia day one and kill them. And then you come down and you take Cilicia. So you kill them even more and you become Mega Rom LARP. Biggest Romus LARPus. So you basically own this. And I mean, let's face it, then you can do some more Rome LARP. And take over Eastern Armenia as well, because why the fuck not? Then you can reclaim Kherson if you own Sevastopol. Okay. So maybe some event will happen where you can just take over Sevastopol and then reclaim Kherson. Wait, is that actually more than just Crimea? Crimea renamed Kherson. Sevastopol renamed to Chersonesus. No, it's just Crimea. See, I was expecting that maybe perhaps it would be more than just Crimea, but yeah, it's just Crimea. Yes, sorry. Right, that's Rome. They can do some Rome LARP and do this. I mean, this is like bittersweet. I would have liked some extra Rome LARP, you know? Also being able to retake southern Italy, perhaps. Like, Hispania's Rome LARP game is better than the Roman Empire's. Does Naples have some Rome LARP potential? NAP is not Naples? Maybe Sicily? Okay. Right, let's take a look at that later. Diplomacy. England. Right, England. There we go. Hello, England. How are you doing? So England, or England. So they're just, they're small. They're small England. Wait. They don't have the form Albina things. I've definitely seen Albina happen. Might be bugged over here. Oh, they're an absolute monarchy. Interesting. But yeah, I've definitely seen them take over everything and form a country. But okay, sure. Damn, you start off with like no industry. Who the fuck's got all the industry? Industrial score, Brandenburg. Okay, Champagne. Austria. England is number 4 with 14 industry. There isn't a lot of industry at the start. There just isn't. There just isn't a lot of industry, man. Craftsmen. How many craftsmen are there in the world? No, that's artisans. 100k. So Champagne looks like is the one with definitely the biggest industry. Champagne is the one that holds Paris, if you'll recall. Yeah, England just starts with 30k craftsmen. Yeah, that's just a pathetically small amount of craftsmen. This world is very unindustrialized, basically. All right, interesting. I also noticed that the literacy is very small. So it looks like you can expect everyone to be slightly less powerful. Slightly less powerful than in base Victoria 2. Yeah, it looks like basically there's going to be more issues with goods. There's going to be more issues with potentially rebellions. And probably industries at the end of the game are going to be less strong. Okay. So that's England, and then we've got Bohemia. Yeah, I find it really interesting how, like, the great powers of this world are much less powerful than their equivalents in DoD or you know, of course, vanilla with our timeline. Like, do you have Zachadia? The Zadar proposal. Oh, that's Croatia. Secure Silesia. Oh, they also have Zachadia. Okay. So it looks like you can form that with both Poland and Bohemia. So these two are mortal enemies, basically. They can both eat each other. Okay, okay. I'm seeing some mechanics over here. But yeah, basically compare this to you know, our timeline where we've got the Russian Empire that's just all of this shit, you know. And it's also somewhat more advanced than this, you know. This is really, really weak, pathetic and shit. You know, the Roman Empire is in about a similar position to the Ottomans, except they're even smaller. Like, you know, the Ottomans is all of this, at the very least. China even is smaller. Of course, Japan is the same. But, like, then you've got the United States, which is fucking all of this. And you've got England, which is, or, well, the United Kingdom, which is all the British Isles, all of India, you know, fucking South Africa and shit, and a bunch of other stuff. The only, like, comparable potential power, I guess, would be Argentina and Brazil. Brazil might be a bit smaller than our Brazil. And, like, yeah, then potentially Germany is gonna form, but, like, yeah. Then everyone else is just super... And then, you know, of course, you've got, like, in real life, you've got France. Here you've got just divided England, divided France. Of course, even more divided Germany with no Prussia. Pretty divided Italy, divided Russia. Just everyone's, like, really, really tiny. And, like, the greatest power is Bohemia. And they're, like, not that impressive, to be honest. They're only number one because the prestige says they're number one. Like, really, in truth, I'd say out of these, like, the most powerful are England, the Romans, and whoever wins over in Russia. And then potentially one of these American countries could become very strong with immigration. But, like, yeah, it kind of looks like everyone's pretty weak over here. There's one more thing, though, I want to see before I end this spotlight. And that is Italy. Because I've been told that the Padan Union, which is the country that forms out of Lombardia, Venice, Genoa, and Modena, cannot form Italy because it's supposed to stay separate or whatever. Now, Naples, can you unite Italy? Yeah, you can form Italy. Okay. Rome becomes the new capital. Italian as accepted culture. Sicilian as accepted culture. Not Cisalpine. Really? Not Cisalpine? Okay, so it looks like there basically is no Italian unification in this. Very interesting. So Italy's basically split down the middle between Cisalpine, north of this line, and Italian south. And I mean, For all the core provinces. So Italy for all core. Okay, so where are the cores of Italy though? Oh, it's just Naples plus the Pope. All right. Very interesting, to be honest. Yeah, all these pops out here are Cisalpine. Okay, interesting. And then you get to do the funny Mare. I just smacked my microphone. Mare Occidentis Nostrum. Which is, yeah, just fucking take over all the Mediterranean or whatever. Catalonia, Aquitania, Corsica, Italy, Naples, Papal States, Sicily, Provenza, Malta, Tuscany. You need to own and or puppet Barcelona, Maguio, Milan, Rome, and Naples. You must puppet and sphere them. Right. Can Aquitania be dismantled? No. Damn. Can I even justify puppet on this guy? No, because he's a great power, right? That's why? It's not because he's too big, right? Oh no, you're How does puppet work? You have to border them? No, you don't. Yeah, like make puppet. What are the conditions for make puppet? Like I cannot do it on Austria. Super weird. Make puppet. Yeah, I don't know. You have to be like a certain size for make puppet. I can make puppet Persia. I can make puppet Armenia. Interesting. Anyway, basically, you can do the funny Rome LARP, but you can't do much else. Okay, I see what's going on. I also noticed that, like, there is no Genoa over here. So, Genoa is missing from your Rome LARP, but okay. And yeah, it's kind of weird how there's no Italy, but sure, whatever. Anyway, that's gonna be it for Heirs to Aquitania. Don't really want to look at fucking China right now. Fuck off. Yeah. Sure. If I remember, I will link the mod in the description as usual. If you got any questions, comment section. If you want to insult me, comment section. If you want to kill me, comment section. That's it. Have a good one. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.